Hi, and welcome to Quality Craft Woodworks Table Saw Safety Training video. Today we are going to go over an introductory course on the proper use of the Sawstop table saws used throughout our shop. We have invested in the use of these saws due to their safety technology. This technology works with the use of a safety brake mechanism that is designed to detect the change in electric current sensed between the blade and the brake cartridge. When a person, who is electrically charged, makes contact with the blade, the cartridge will fire, causing the blade to stop instantly and drop down inside the cabinet. This technology has proven very effective in the prevention of serious injury in our shop, but please keep in mind that the safety mechanism should not be treated as fail-safe. Treat these machines with as much caution as any other table saw. Also, keep in mind that you are not obligated to use this machine if you feel you are not comfortable to do so. Please talk to your supervisor if you feel you are not ready to operate this machine for any reason. Before starting the machine, it is important that you are wearing the proper personal protective equipment, so make sure that your safety glasses are on and you have hearing protection in place. Next, make sure that the clothing you are wearing will not become a hazard while running the machine. This includes the avoidance of loose jewelry, loose sleeves, or loose gloves. Make sure that if you have long hair, it is tied back. Also make sure that the shoes you are wearing have good traction so as to prevent slipping while feeding stuff through the saw. The next thing to do would be to inspect your workstation and saw. Begin by inspecting the tabletop. There should not be scraps or other items on the tabletop that could get in the way of the cutting path. Double check the sawdust drain pipe located underneath the blade to make sure that it is not clogged with sawdust so that it will properly clear with the dust collection unit during operation. Next, check your blade height adjustment. To adjust your blade height, simply loosen the center wheel lock on the hand wheel located on the front of the machine cabinet. Turn the hand wheel clockwise to raise and counterclockwise to lower the blade. It should be set so that the bottom of the gullet sits just under the top of the workpiece. Raising the blade too high increases risk due to more blade exposure. Lowering the blade too low increases risk of workpiece floating on top of the blade, and this could lead to a possible kickback. Next, check the angle of the blade to make sure that it is set to the desired position. To adjust, simply rotate the hand wheel on the left side of the machine cabinet, using the same procedure as the height adjustment wheel. Also, make sure that the proper guard is installed before turning on the machine. Now let's go over the basic operation of the machine. To turn on the machine, first make sure that the light on the switch box is solid green. This box is located on the front of the machine cabinet. If it is green, you can now turn on the machine by simply pulling the red paddle switch out. To turn off, simply push it back in. Do not kick the paddle or hit it with extreme force to turn the machine off, as this can damage the switch. Note that this switch is designed to be easily turned off by hitting it with the leg. In some circumstances, you may need to turn off the machine during operation. This allows you to keep your workpiece stable with the use of both hands without having to search for the power switch. Now let's talk about kickbacks and what you can do to prevent them. The most important thing you can do if you desire to prevent a kickback is to keep the workpiece secure against both the tabletop and the feeding fence. In order to do this, you need to stand in the correct position. If you are right-handed, the fence should be to your right. You should be standing up close to the machine and to the left of the saw blade. This position enables you to put good pressure toward the fence and the tabletop. It also keeps you out of the way of a kickback were it to happen. Use your left hand to stabilize and the right hand to follow through. Keep the left hand back. Don't follow the board with a cut unless you're cutting a large piece of wood, which allows ample room for both the left and the right hand to easily fit between the blade and the fence. Always follow your piece through well past the blade before removing from the tabletop. Always use a miter gauge when cutting cross-cut pieces of wood that are less than 6 inches wide. But note that the shop usually has other saws nearby that would better accommodate such cuts. Always use a riving knife to prevent binding on the blade. If the wood begins to bind due to warped grain, simply stop the cut, hold the board steady, and turn off the machine. Remove the board and rerun the piece. Last but not least important, always use a push stick when cutting material that is less than 3 inches wide. For more instructions such as how to replace the blade, or if you have any further questions, please talk to a qualified trainer on this machine. Please take a moment with your trainer after this video to run a few practice cuts under his or her supervision before running the machine on your own. Thanks for watching and have a great day.